What's going on, guys? So last time, in the last video, which is the last time, uh, we got latitude and longitude from an API. We requested data from an API that will give us latitude and longitude. And today we're going to use that latitude and longitude to actually get the weather from that location. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're gonna kick things off with actually requesting another API. And that API is DarkSky.net. This is the actual API that's gonna give us the weather for the location. So you do have to create an account, but once again, I am gonna provide the API key or key that you need. But do sign up. I mean, if you want to, it's free, guys. You only get 1,000. I think it's 1,000 calls per day or per month. I don't know which one it is, but that's more than enough for what we're going to be doing. So I'll give you my API key, so it doesn't really matter. 1,000 free calls. I don't even know if it's a month or a day. But so let me just use this dummy example. But if I actually click on that, it gives us, you see this? It gives us the time, the humidity, pressure, wind speed, wind gust, temperature. Where is that at? Where's the temperature? Oh, here, temperature and apparent temperature, which is going to be what we're going to get. It also says summary, clear, clear day, the icon. But yeah, this is where we're shooting to get. All right, so it's pretty simple. We should be able to do it from this. We already know how to do this, right? So we should be able to do it again. So request, Control Z, request. All right, it's going to take in parameter, right, which is the URL. And for right now, we're going to just use this dumb URL. We're not even going to pass in the latitude and longitude. Just go back and go to documentation, but I'll go in a bit. So yeah, it is. You see this right here? It tells us right here the key, latitude, and longitude. So I just wanted to show you that, guys. But we're going to request this URL with default latitude and longitude, and it does take a callback back. So function, but I'm gonna do it the ES6 way. So error response, and I'm gonna say weather. Yeah, well, I'm just say results again. Results. We're gonna change it later on in a bit. So in here, we're gonna actually log out. Results. Actually, this is supposed to be body. Yeah, that's right, body. So body. Control save, and we should see the same thing we did. Let's see. Yes, we do. We actually do see the same stuff, the humidity, but it's looking nasty. So we're actually gonna do the same thing we did up here, which is parse it, control save. Now we actually do it. Yeah, we get a prettier one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Trying to see where we get. Oh yeah. So we do get the the clear day, all this stuff. So that's all good and great, guys. But the thing is, the app.js is supposed to be like our main script file, right? It's supposed to be our main file, which doesn't care for this. It should look clean and clear and pretty simple, right? It shouldn't be cluttered with all these requests and all these things. So we're actually going to split this file into multiple files, okay? So we're going to create another folder in here. We're going to call it geocode. And inside that folder, we're going to make another file, geocode.js. It's geo, not GOI, geocode.js. And we're also going to make another one, so new folder, weather. It's going to call weather. And inside that weather, we're going to create a file, weather.js. All right, so first things first, we get our geo. We make a request to this to get our geographics. So we're gonna actually grab all of this because we don't care for any of this in the main application, in the main file. We're gonna put it in here. And remember, we're using the third-party module right here, and this file needs it, so it doesn't need it here anymore. Take that out because this is app.js is never going to use request. It's geocode that's going to be using request. All right, in here we're going to make a function that does all these things, and we need to export it, guys. Remember, we need to tell Node that, hey, this file exists everywhere, or we want to use this function everywhere, so we need to export it. So module dot exports dot, and I'm gonna actually call it geo address. Okay, and we're gonna set that equal to a function, and then the parameters. All right, in this is going to take in two arguments. It's going to take in the address and then a callback. Control save, and we got the address right here, and it's going to be just address, right? Because we're getting the address, so get rid of that. Okay, and here, yeah, getting the weather was pretty easy, right, guys? You're like, right, we could just quit here. And no, there's a kind of some other things we need to take care of first. And I'm actually going to just view toggle swap so you could see the whole thing. All right, control save. Okay, in here, well, we're gonna in here in app.js we need to get this file. So const, and actually make sure your third-party modules and your what's it called? Your third-party modules and oh my god, internal modules are first, and then your own modules, right? But in this case, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying for future reference. So const we're gonna call it geocode equals require, and it's in. Okay, so we should navigate through it, right? We need to navigate to it. So current directory, it's in a folder called geocode, and it's called geocode. You could do .js, or you could just leave it out because it'll know that it's a JS file, right? And we're gonna actually call the function that we had in there, which is called geo address. So I'm just copy that because I don't feel like, writing it again. And geo address takes in two parameters, right? It takes in an address and a callback, which is a function. So we need to pass this in. We need to pass in the address, which is argv, right? Dot address. And the second one is a function. So function, I'm actually use ES6, so let's go with that. So error and then result. Okay. All right, and we're gonna actually console log. In here, we're gonna say if there's an error. No, not console error. Error. If there's an error, we want to actually, log out the error. And you might be saying, well, where do we get the error from? Well, I'll explain it in a bit. Else just log out results. Control save. So if you haven't watched the callback function or callback video that I made, I'll leave a I don't know, in the description or something at the end of the video, so that way you can look at it to get better understanding of callbacks, promises, async await. But we're gonna be doing callbacks right now. So callback over here. Once we do this, we're not going to request. Actually, this request right here, we could actually, this is going to be our weather request, right? Get rid of that, and we're going to just paste it in here. So in here, we actually want to give the application this. We want to tell it if it's an error or a result, or if it results something, right? So we actually need to call callback here. So once all this is good and done, we got the body, we got everything. We're gonna call back the result. And remember, the callback has the error first and then results, right? So since we're not gonna have an error, I'll get that, the error, and we'll get that in a second. But since we don't have an error, we're gonna put undefined. And then for the result, we're gonna just pass in an object with lat and LNG. Control S. So if everything still works, oh god, I was playing around with it. If everything still works, we should still get our, okay, we get the object back with the lat and long, right? Okay, so how do we handle the error though? I don't know if you played around with this, guys. I don't know if you did or haven't, but there really isn't an error. This API sucks so bad that it gives us back a string and not an actual object of errors. And in the next API that we're going to be handling, that one does give out an object. That's a good API. You could tell it's a good API. Okay, but this one doesn't. I'll explain to you in a bit. I'll explain to you right now, actually. So in here, we're going to log out the body. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just comment this out, save it. All right, as you can see right now, nothing. Why don't you get anything? Oh, it's because of this. You see this? It's a stupid thing. But let me see, Lombard. Yes, this one. Okay, as you can see right now, when you type in an actual street address or something like that, you actually get, you get the admin area 6. The city, the zip, the country, state. You actually get all those things, right? But if you type in a wrong address, I'm gonna just say this, you get something back. You still get a body back, which is not good. It's not good. It should have given us an error, an object error saying error or message. And you're probably wondering, hey, doesn't the error object in here in this function actually get that? No, it doesn't. I'll actually print that out. Control save, because since we're getting something back in the body, it's gonna say null, as you'll see in a bit. No, because it's saying no, we got something back from the body, so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, even though everything's wrong because we didn't get anything. But this API sucks that it'll actually give you an empty object instead of an actual error. So we're going to be using this instead of the error. And later on, we're going to go over what error is with the other API. Because this one sucks at it. It was free, guys, okay? There's not that much. We got to work around it. So the only solution that I found was that if you do enter an address that does not coexist, it'll actually give you a street that is empty. Even though this is the dumbest way we could actually do errors or actually check for errors. But there's nothing we could do. We can't do anything. Even the response gives us back everything's okay. The status is okay. The code status, the 200, everything's great, which is not great. But we're going to be using this. As you can see, the street over here, if you actually look at the street, it actually gives us an actual string. And over here, we type in something stupid, we get an empty string. So we're actually going to be using that, okay? Okay. So we're going to say if, and we actually have to pull this out, but it's easy. Actually, it's in here. It's in locations, right? And it's called just street. So if street, yeah, I spelled that right. Triple equals null or empty string. we're going to throw an error. We're going to call back a string saying typed in wrong address. This is a stupid API, but free. Control save. All right, that's if we get something wrong, like something's wrong with our body, like there's nothing in it, we'll know because it'll tell us this. And everything, if we do get a string, you know, if we do get something in street, we'll just give it the lat and long, which is right here, right? So else, we're gonna grab this, Control X, paste, Control save. And notice that I didn't have to do undefined over here. I didn't have to put undefined over here. When it's an error, since it's the first thing we're going to be calling back, it doesn't really care about this. If you don't have the second argument, it's okay. It doesn't hurt it. You could do undefined, but it doesn't really matter. So now let's see what we get. If we do something stupid, like this stupid address, we'll get typed in wrong address. This is a stupid API, but free. If we type in something great, it'll actually give us an object, which is right here, the object. We return the object lat and long. Okay. Now we're back in here. So we need to call from here the weather, you know, the weather file, because we're gonna request the weather from this file. Okay, so we need to call it in here. So first we got to get the file for it. So weather require, it's in weather, and it's called weather. Isn't this fun? Yes. Okay, I think I spelled all that right. Instead of counting log weather, we're actually gonna grab something. So we're gonna call, we haven't created the function yet, but I'm just doing it right now so that way we can just know what we're doing. So weather, I'm gonna call the function get weather. It's gonna be a function that's gonna take in the results. Remember, the results returns lat and long, so it's gonna take in results dot lat. Copy this. It's going to take in the lng, and then it's also going to take a callback, which is a function. So function, or actually, and in here, the error and weather results, and we're going to do the same thing in here. Right, so if we get an error, we want to cancel out the error. Else, we want to log out the weather results. Control save. Okay, now we need to go in here and actually create a function. So, and we gotta do the request. We gotta require the put in the third module request in here because we're using it, right? So module, we gotta export the function exports dot get weather equals a function, and it's going to take in three things, right? It's going to take in the lat, long, and callback. So lat, lng, and then call back. Let me just stick this puppy in there. Okay, we're still using this default because we're still using it, right? We're still going to be using it. Actually, let's just change it out right now, and because we need to see if we actually get it right, and we should be counting logging out the body. So the third API that we're going to be using is this DarkSky, like I said, right? And if we actually call it, we should get this. Okay, we should get this back. All right, let's see if it works. Oh man, I'm so happy it actually did work. Keep on going up. Keep on going up. Let's see if we actually get it. Yep. Sunny, clear night. Cool. We actually we actually got the object that we wanted. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now this is the time that I'm actually going to show you that what a real error response should look like. So if I put something in here like something stupid, like I'm going to erase some characters, control save. I think this worked. Okay, not found. No, that's not it. Control Z. Let me see. Okay, you see that? This is a real error response right now, okay? It gives us back an object saying that the code is 400, which is an error, and it gives us an error message. The given location is invalid. And it doesn't live in it lives in the body as well, but we can actually say ERR, control save. And it gives us back, because it gives us back a body. Sorry about that. No, we can't say ERR. ERR is basically if something went wrong with connecting to the server, right? Sorry about that. And everything else, if there's an error, we connected to the server and it's giving us an error back. It's still gonna live in the body, which is my mistake, guys. Sorry about that. So we actually use this to our advantage, right? So we could say if, and this is a great example of a good API, guys. It gives us back an error, like I said. If body dot we actually say code equals, right, 400. Yeah, we're gonna actually log out, or actually call back. We're gonna call back body.error, body.error, control save, else we're going to do this. Console log out body. Save that. Now, if we put this in, we should still get the locate, because we did something here, right? The given location is invalid. Is it because we did something over here? Let me see. Oh yeah, this. Well, now we could actually put in some real, our actual latitude and longitude. Get rid of this 3. We're gonna put a $, bracket, curly braces, lat, and then comma, $, curly braces, long, LNG. Control save. Now we get it back. So this is actually a proper way to actually, do things in a proper API, the proper way of actually handling it. If you get the 400, do something with that 400. Not like this over here where we actually say if street is an empty string. But in developer world, you're gonna come across these kind of things, and you're gonna have to figure out a way of actually making it work. All right, so actually not count to log. We actually need to give it back, callback, undefined, right? And then we're gonna give it back the body. Oh, but we're not gonna give it back the body because we don't want the whole body, right? We actually just want, if I scroll up, we actually just want, let me get up there. Okay, we actually just want the temperature and the apparent temperature, right? So we're gonna pass back an object with temperature, temperature. Okay, and that lives in body dot currently, right? And then dot temperature. And then we actually want apparent temperature, so I'm gonna just say I'm gonna do the whole thing. Temperature. And it's gonna be the same thing as this, but instead of, it's gonna be apparent. All right, cool. Now we pass it back. Now we actually call it again. We should just get, all right, temperature and apparent temperature, which is great. So you know what? Over here as well, the geocode, we want the actual, we want the full address. We just don't want 1301 Lombard. So we're gonna give it a full address, right? I just forgot how that looks. So we're gonna log out the body. Log out body. Control save. Let's run it one more time. Let's make it try to make it look nice, you know, guys. Just try. God, this can't be it. Okay, it's right here. Okay. So we can actually grab this again, right? Copy var street equals this. I'm gonna put a comma there, but we could change this to street now. We want the city. Honestly, I don't know. This is street. I don't know if this is neighborhood Lamotte, and then the city is Soissons. It has to be, right? Because the state, country, postal zip. Okay, country is FR. State. Wait, is it? I'm not too sure about this, guys. I'm not too sure. We're gonna just get the zip, all right? The zip, because that's the only thing I'm sure that it's in there. So we're gonna just grab. You could do whatever you want, okay, guys? We're gonna get to the street, and then I'm gonna just grab one more thing, which is the zip. The zip, which is gonna equal instead of street, is gonna be postal. Yeah, code. Okay, and when it comes back undefined, we're gonna get lat long. We're gonna get the street. Street is street. And we're gonna get zip. Just to know what's going on here. Okay. So in here, we can actually do else body log results. So we see we actually got it. Control S. Okay, we do get it. We do get it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna make this look pretty, guys. Okay. Get it out of here. We're gonna make this look pretty. Else, we're gonna do a log out results. Template string, remember guys, template string. So address equals, or address is, it's gonna be result dot street, and don't forget about the $sign and bracket. So results dot street and the zip results dot zip. Control save that, and weather results, which is this. So I'm gonna just say it is, and then oh boy, it is dot temperature, but it feels like, copy this, copy, paste it up, parent temperature, control save. Okay, now we actually save that. I was talking to myself right there. So address, this thing, which is zip with that. It is 49.6 whatever degrees, but it feels like 44.73. All right, cool. And we got to get rid of this body. I don't even know where the body's at. Control save that. Right here. Get rid of that so we don't have to get this. So I'm gonna just CLS for, not here. CLS here, so that way we just clear out our terminal and then run it one more time. Cool. Now we got it. All right. So guys, actually we could do a little bit more with this. We could actually convert these callbacks into promises. If you want me to do that, so that way you get a better feeling of promises, even though I have a video about that, but to do it here in this application, if you want that, leave it down in the comments, do something. But guys, we have created our weather app. You know, I mean, yeah, it should be exciting for you guys. You actually created a weather app using your terminal, and this is the last application using terminal, I promise, guys. But yeah, now you know a little bit more about callbacks, and this is great. We finished our second application together. It wasn't this one wasn't that hard, guys. This was just to make you feel better about callbacks and actually doing a request, you know, and still getting you good with the exports and actually getting files in here. But this is it. This is as simple as it get. And how to handle errors too. As you saw, some APIs are gonna have crappy little error objects coming back, and you have to work around that, guys. You really do have to work around it. You got to figure out what can we use to get an error. Even though this is the dumbest way to actually get it, I'm pretty sure you can figure out a better way to actually do this. This is the dumbest way you could actually do it. So thanks so much, guys. We have finished our second application on Node, which is the weather application, and you can actually do more with this, you know, because you do get a lot of things back. You know, you get, if it's cloudy, you know, you could do more than this. So feel free to play around with this, guys. And please, if you do actually make more or do more to this, please leave a link in the comments so that way I can actually see what you've done. I'm always interested in seeing what people come up with. You know, everybody's different and thinks about different things. So I'll be actually excited to actually see the things you come up with. So thank you so much, guys, for actually watching this video, and like or dislike, leave a comment, good or bad, and please consider subscribing to this channel, guys, if you learned anything. So next we are going to be talking about, I think we're going to be talking about getting Express, getting our own web server running. So stay tuned for that, because we're actually going to be creating an application, you know, a web server, and we're going to start hosting things to the web. So with Node, of course, with Node. So these two applications were a stepping stone, but with Node, we're going to be creating web servers and actually doing a front end as well kind of thing. So stay tuned for that, guys. And again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.